back on. But I can't fix it without closing the call and opening it up again. And I don't want to mess that up since we're in the last game of the night. So we're just going to go straight into the game.
That is unfortunate, but we are loaded in. So, Jorisar, it has been a very, very long evening. And day, actually, I think it's fair to say. As the last game, shall we introduce one player each? Shall we do this very orderly and British?
Let's do this. And, of course, after you, good sir.
In the lower right position, currently having won 2 games out of this best of 5, we have the Red Terran player from Team Empire. It's Happy.
And his opponent, spawning in the top left position. Coming back from 2-1 down, but he needs to win this game. It's all or nothing now as we go into an ace match in this best of 5 series. Representing Millennium Gaming, he said so himself in the lobby chat. He is currently dead, but he needs to squeeze out the energy for one last game. Can he do it? We have none other than Dayshi.
I feel like you completely outdid me with the introduction there, Jorisar. I'm gonna be honest. You do the best. We do. You did the best introduction of any caster I know. Like, if you could just do the GSL voice, you would have a job just doing that.
If we did that, that would be brilliant. You could introduce them, and then when it comes to the name, I'll go into like Asian Street Fighter voice. Empire, Happy.
I feel that would just be too much awesome.
Dayshi. I could do that. I think I've done that with Lillian before on online cast. It was fun. I'd totally be up the Street Fighter voice. And speaking of Street Fighter voice, the GSL have like an American voice now introducing the players. It's so weird. I miss Street Fighter voice so much. If you guys are watching in the chat and maybe you don't watch GSL because it's like not in your time zone or whatever, whenever they introduce them, there's like a really Asian style Street Fighter voice that introduces the player. So it'd be like LGIM, MVP, or something like that. Like the enunciation is just a little bit like not native English, and it's fantastic. It's really adorable, and I love it. But they've replaced that with an American voice. What's up with that? It's lost some of its nostalgic feel. I want Street Fighter voice back.
I would agree with you. The Street Fighter voice was amazing, but let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. And the reason we've been able to somewhat waffle for a while is because both players got a gas down, got a barracks down, and are currently, well, just not doing too much.
Yeah, definitely not a lot going on here as well. Oh, and it looks like we found the source of the problem with the webcams. Apparently, even Skype Premium has a limit of 10 hours. So unfortunately, because Baker is streaming it, for those who don't know, he's streaming it in a remote studio about 300 kilometers away. That's right, guys, kilometers. Welcome to World Units, Britain. I'm not that backward. Streaming it 300 kilometers away from where we are, and we're actually casting remotely right now. So we are relying on Skype Premium. We're not in a studio together. Only Baker is in the studio. And it looks like 10 hours is the limit. So we found it.
We found it, and we were pushing through it right now. But you know who else is pushing through the 10-hour limit of playing? Well, it's Happy. He's moving forward. He's just taking a little look, seeing that, hey, there's no command center down. Both players are getting their command centers down, but Happy getting his at the natural, whereas Dayshi getting his in his main base. Clearly a little bit fearful of some kind of aggression. Whoever wins this, of course, wins 50 more euros than his opponent. Both have qualified for the lovely, the amazing WCS EU. I don't know if you know, does the person who gets through this get a better seed?
I don't believe so, no. I think once you get through to WCS EU, the seeds are going to be redone randomly. I could be wrong. I don't know exactly how the challenge division is going to make out, but I've had no mention about better seeding for the winner of this game, so I am assuming that that doesn't matter and they're just playing for the money. But again, I'm not 100% certain, so don't quote me on that.
We will wait to see. So, anyway, we've got the bunker coming down at the moment for Happy. We've got both players getting down their starports. The starport quite a lot earlier for Dayshi. Maybe going for an aggressive start. I think it's fair to say that both of these two have been very aggressive throughout this series, so we wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if that were to occur. We've also got, obviously, Happy getting down his starport, getting some Widow Mines out. The first Medivac is half done, though, for Dayshi, so this is where things can get pretty funky. And the barracks is yet again scouting across the map for Happy.
All right, so I think that's going to be a little bit of a relief to Dayshi, because he hasn't scouted at all yet, and he would be nice to know that it's not a complete all-in, and the barrack scouting, of course, tells him that it's quite likely to be mech play. So that's going to be really useful.
Oh,
snap. Oh, snap. Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I've got to the point where like that nearly actually, after casting for so long, that nearly actually got me to. Oh, the barracks is chasing it.
This is hilarious. This is actually brilliant. You're not landing anywhere. He's gonna land next to it and produce a single marine. It's gonna happen.
I don't think I've ever had to think about the balance of which building flies faster, but we do see the Hellions actually doing a lot of damage here for Dayshi, killing a lot of SCVs. That's payback for blocking a command center landing if ever I saw it.
Blocking the barracks landing at the third base location as a huge push coming in now from Dayshi in the back of Happy. Now Happy does have a lot of Hellions here, and as long as these units, oh my god, line up the way they do, these Hellions are going to have an absolute field day with them. But only 3 Hellions making their way into the main base. Are they going to be able to roast a decent number of SCVs? They're certainly trying. A good number of kills so far. 6, but can't get any more. So really well held there from Happy in total. Dayshi is 6 workers ahead right now. But, ooh, very nice. Happy going to be starting his 3rd command center as well. He's saying, look, I've just killed your drop. I've just killed your army. Yes, I'm slightly down in workers, but I'm going to macro up. What can you do about it? And the honest answer at the moment is not a lot.
Well, we'll wait to see. For the moment, missile turrets coming down for Dayshi. This barrack still landed the natural, being incredibly frustrating for the time being, because of course that's what you like if you are a barracks, because I think that was probably the coolest moment of the entire day for me now. But oh, the Hellions all lined up, Happy, able to do a tremendous amount of damage there, and his barracks yet again being a bit of a hero.
Indeed he is. Oh, and I'm just actually catching, as more SCVs going down here for Dayshi. We now have 2 landed Vikings as well, and the Hellbats actually might be able to make short work of that if he's not careful. I just actually saw the chat responding to some. I should point out, by the way, when I was doing Street Fighter voice, yes, technically I'm Asian. That's why I can do it so well. It's not me being racist or anything. I just love that voice in the GSL. And wow, did you see that? 4 low hit point Hellions moving in and immediately getting taken out by 2 Hellbat blasts. So, guys, the dust is starting to clear a little bit now. We're finally going to get the command center landing back at the natural as the barracks goes down. So let's take stock of where we are. Metals, what's the worker and supply count looking like at this point? And is there really much between these players?
The short answer to that question, Joasa, no. They are pretty darn equal. Currently sitting at 33 SCVs for Happy to 34 to Dayshi. And Dayshi just dealing with a Widow Mine by sacrificing a single lone SCV. However, Happy is going in for a Hellbat drop to the main. The missile tie will deal with the medevac, but the Hellbats are dealing with a good number of SCVs. And that has actually put Happy now 10 SCVs ahead of his opponent. So as I was saying, it was all pretty even. Now it no longer is.
All right. I feel like Hellbat drop to the main is the new arrow to the knee. Because for some reason, when you said it like that, that's the first thing I thought of. But we've seen so many Hellbat drops to the main in this series so far, it wouldn't surprise me if that started catching on. We've got another command center coming down from Dayshi as well, so trying to catch up at the moment by getting that 3rd down. Happy, in the meanwhile, is up 8 workers, 40 to 32 after that latest drop. And there's actually another one going in. It flew straight over the army from Dayshi. And, oh no, I don't think Dayshi noticed. 2 more Hellbats in the natural.
Oh, and a good number of SCVs bunched up there. Currently,
Ouch.
Happy has killed 18 SCVs this game. But Dayshi, he's had enough of this. He's going for a bit of counter-aggression, a bit of Hellbat on Hellbat action. But a good lift and a good boost back means that the main is going to be the next target.
Bro, do you even lift? And he definitely does there, and that actually earns him a healthy number of additional SCV kills, but Dayshi is going for it. He said, alright, sod this, I'm going straight for the throat here. We have a siege tank in the main here, and Happy pulling a lot of stuff to try and deal with this. SCV's coming out in front, a lot of Hellbats. He will be able to hold this off. So more mules being dropped. Again, Happy now ahead 41 workers to 31, but the supply in total is 77 to 48. Happy just doing a better job with his drops and his harassment in this game.
Well, the drops have certainly been not just very prevalent in this game, but throughout the entire series, and I think that says a lot about it. But it goes, well, actually things have really leveled out considerably yet again. Both players within 2 SCVs of each other. The army supply is heavily favoring Happy though, and that's the problem for Dayshi, because a counter push could do a lot of damage. And as we see, that train of red starting to move its way across the map, and you have got to be just a little bit cautious about this, because Happy, he's got a sizable force, 5 tanks, 10 Hellbats, and 1 lone Marine.
Yeah, the workers at the end of the day are starting to even out medals, but Happy had a big advantage for a very long time, and that shows in the army supply. He's currently 57 to 33 in the army supply department. These tanks are not sieged up, and Happy should technically be able to move into this, and at the very least take out the natural expansion. And here we go. Are the Hellbats just going to move straight in and engage the tanks? Yes, they are. The first 2 tanks are, if those go down, and it looks like they're going down, the SCV's going down with them as well. A huge number of workers being killed there. There is a drop coming in from Dayshi, but it was turned around, and it's not going to be enough. Happy now up to 92 supply versus the 41 of Dayshi, and it's beginning to look like that this game, and indeed the series and the €100, will be in Happy's pocket.
Yeah, this was very, very determining of all of it, and Dayshi is spamming the chat. But there we go, Happy will take the series 3-2 and is the victor of the day.